All right, look, we've been going over basic stair layout. The first thing that we've got to do with basic stair layout is we've got to do the calculations to get there. And it's semi-complicated, but not too complicated. The one thing that you got to remember is that you have got to use the answer from the previous question, if you will, all right, to get the answer for the next question. Everybody go with that? Yeah. All right, what is the purpose of a set of steps? To get from one level to another. When you say one level of where?
The ground to the first floor, to the second floor.
So the ground to where?
The second floor.
The second floor, all right, or the first floor to the second floor, right? So the purpose of set of steps is for us to get from a place of lower position to a place of elevated position. Everybody good with that? The first thing we've got to know is our total rise. Total meaning all of it. What is our total rise? 46 inches. Write that down. The next thing we're going to know is our total run, which is
51 and a quarter.
51 and a quarter. All right, look. 51 and a quarter, a lot of times, sometimes you do not always have to, all right, y'all with me? You don't always have a total run. Sometimes your steps can just run out however far. But if you're going to run into a wall, all right, that 51 and a quarter matters. And we'll talk more about that later. How do we figure out how many steps we need?
You take 46 and divide by 7.
We divide by 7. Where did you get 7 from?
Because that's not how it's like a usual step.
Right, 7 is the perfect unit rise, if possible, all right, that we could ever get for steps, right? So we're going to take the number of steps, to get the number of steps, you write down 46 divided by 7, which is the perfect number. You're going to get what? 6.916. Give me the decimal. For those of you that don't have a construction calculator, what do you get? 6.57. Now, if you got a construction calculator, it does this for you. And all it does is what I'm telling you. 6.57. Where's 0.57 at on a tape measure? Anybody know? No. Here's how we're going to figure that out. How many parts is an inch broken down into? 16 parts, right? So we're going to take 0.57 times 16 equals somebody. Type it in. What you got? 9.12. We're going to put that over 16. You can get rid of the 0.12 and we end up with 9/16. Is that somewhere on a tape measure that we know? Okay. The good thing is this right here. We honestly don't need but 6 steps, so we can get rid of the 0.57. Everybody with me? Can I have 0.57 on a step? No. All right. So we are to find out our unit rise. What do we got to do?
46 divided by the number of steps.
46 divided by
6.
the number of steps, which is 6. 46 divided by 6.
7.66.
7.66 repeating. Yet again, it is 0.66. Where's that on the tape measure? We don't know. What are we going to do?
Take 0.66 times by 16.
And you get 10.56. You put that over 16. Get rid of the 0.56. 10/16. Is that somewhere on the tape measure?
Yeah.
What do we got to do to that number? 2. 2 goes into 10. 2 goes into 16. 5/8. So I'm going to erase 0.66 and we got 7 and 5/8. How do we find our unit run? Let me ask a question before we get our unit run. Is the landing our last step, or is our step even with the landing? The landing is the last step, so that factors in how we do our unit run. To get our unit run, what do we got to do?
46 divided by...
Not 46.
Or 51 and a quarter minus...
51 and a quarter what?
By 6 minus 1.
Divided by... What is 6 minus 1? 5. 51 and a quarter divided by 5, you get? What? 10 and a quarter. You should have got 10.25, right? 0.25, everybody knows where it is at on a head method. Last but not least, the adjusted bottom step. What do we got? How do we figure it out?
You have to subtract the tread thickness from the unit rise.
So our tread thickness is what? 1 inch from the unit rise. What's my unit rise? 7 5/8 minus 1 inch. That should be easy. 6 5/8. All right. Quick review, not review, sorry. Tread thickness. Are you always going to have a 1 inch tread thickness? Not always. All right. Depending on, you can use that tread. If you're outside, you're probably going to be using deck boards. Crazy enough, deck boards are, and how thick? They're actually 1 inch thick. All right, 5/4 decking board nominally is 5/4, which is 1 1/4 inch, but they plane it down to 1 inch. But you don't always have a 1 inch thick thing. All right, our stair stringer, we're going to show you how to lay out what we just calculated. Everybody good with that? What is this? Frame and square. What are these? Stair gauges. All right, what are the stair gauges for? You put it on your unit rise and unit run, and it will hook onto the side of the board. What size material is this? What is different about this versus the stringers I've already got pre-cut? How do you know it's pressure treated? Right, it's the green tint. Where do you have to use pressure treated lumber at? In contact with masonry, in contact with the ground, or if it's outside. One of those 3 spots. All right, the tongue right here of the frame and square represents the what? The unit rise. The unit rise. What does unit mean? It means singular or one, individually. So there's 7 5/8. I'm going to put that on my unit rise. You guys are going to be doing this in the shop on a piece of plywood. Now, why am I having you do it on a piece of plywood?
It's cheaper.
It's a lot less expensive than 2x12 material. All right, we're going to set this on 10 1/4. Why did we have to get an adjusted bottom step? Did we talk about that? You adjust your bottom step. Your bottom step is shorter than all your other steps to make it work out for your finished floor material. All right. I actually have a stringer over there that doesn't have an adjusted bottom step, and I can show you why it doesn't work out. So we're going to take the large frame and square, we're going to hook the stair gauges on the side nearest me, and the point's going to be facing away from me. We're going to take the small frame and square and put them back to back. What is the purpose of the small frame and square? It gives me my what? My adjusted bottom step, which is
6 5/8.
job. So I'm going to put 6 5/8 in line with what? The edge of the board right here. I'm going to mark that. I'm done with that board now. How many steps do I got to mark out? Why is 6 not right? My landing is my last step. So I got to mark out 5.
That's what I was saying.
Good job, man. Look, I'm moving, I'm marking these out. All I have to do is keep sliding this down until the last place where I left off. There's 3, there's 4, and here's 5.
What'd you lose count?
I like to number them. Is anybody paying attention to me numbering these as I go? Especially if you got a long run of steps, it's good to number them. All right, the header material at the top. Header material is going to be made out of what? 2 by 8. You can use 2 by 6. All right, depending on how big the set of steps is. For no more than this is, I'd probably use a 2 by 6, 2 by 8. All right, I have to come back 1 3/4 inches. If I don't, I end up with a small board that I have to rip down 1.5 inches wide. All right, So I'm going to mark the inside. Anybody want to take a guess how thick that is? 1.5 inches. So they have done that with a frame and square, which makes things work out really nice. Down here, what does this represent down here? What do I have? What does this represent down here? What's the kicker board going to sit on? Ground. This is the ground. This is the number one thing every kid forgets to do what? McCall, wake up. They forget to mark this part out. All right? This is the number one thing everybody forgets to mark it out. Gang, wake up. Now what am I marking out? Kicker board. All right? The kicker board is for what purpose? Yeah, it is going to be what anchors to the ground. My kicker board, if I'm anchoring the concrete, has to be treated. What am I going to anchor it down with? Glue screws. They're called Tapcons. Tapcons is brand name. I'm not going to cut this out for time's sake. Bobby, if you can come help me real quick. Glasses. Get the group. Look, we're going to put these 3 stringers are the cutout version of what I just marked out. All right. These 3 stringers are the cutout version of what I just marked out. All right. This set of steps, we're going to make it 32 inches wide. Brandon, wake up. Everybody. How far apart are we spacing our stringer?
16 on center.
16 on center, just like our studs, just like our floor joist. You can pretty much guess 16 on center with everything you do in construction, and you would be right. You would be right at least 80% of the time. I have already pre-laid out this right here, but you would have to lay out this 2x4 to attach your string. That makes sense to everybody? When do you have to have a center cutout string? Over what? 30 inches wide. All right, so that is this is my header. All right, what is the purpose of the header?
So you can have it, so you can use it to attach it to
I have to be able to attach it to my landing. All right, what's another way of attaching it to the landing? All right. Why do we put this together with screws and not nails?
And you can take them back out.
And I can take it back out, right? This, for demonstration purposes, if I put it together with nails. Now, if you're using treated lumber, what kind of fasteners are you going to use? Either ceramic deck screws or what kind of nails? Galvanized nails. Why galvanized? All right. We got a stair tread. All right. Your stair tread is, all right, it comes this size. Gangy, wake up. Your stair tread comes this size. How much nosing is required by code? 3/4 of an inch to maximum. Why do they make a maximum on nosing? If it sticks over this far, what's going to happen? You're going to trip going up the steps, all right? Does everybody see how the stringers and the steps get laid out? All right? So, this part right here is your what? Unit run. This is your? How thick is it? Inch thick, all right? You got, now I don't have it 2 treads because these things are $275 a foot, all right? But your treads are expensive. Can everybody see that if we stood this up, I'm not going to stand this all the way up because it may fall on the floor, how this turns into a set of steps?
Yes.
All right? So all of these are what we calculated there, laid out here, And I've already had these pre-cut out in order to save us just a little bit of time. All right. Trying to think of anything else we need to ask. Oh, right here on the riser, what do you put for risers?
Material that is.
You're going to buy, depending on if it's outside or inside, you're going to use a finished material that's that looks nice. Mine at my house is like a white nice tread board that they sell from Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever you go to get something. Good deal?